sometimes heated and heavily attended city council meeting ending at Clyde Council chambers just a few hours before news time. Residents showing up to speak against two measures that would increase their utility and tax payments.
Now, those measures subsequently approved by unanimous council vote. KTAB's Noah McKinney was in that meeting just tonight. Noah, what can you tell us about these pressing issues facing this particular big country community?
Yes, Bob, Joni, thank you. So the bulk of this meeting was directed at a few topics that I'll go ahead and lay out now. The main concerns include a tax increase, as you stated, that is of 88 cents, as well as a utility payment increase of about $35. This while the city faces poor water conditions due to the dwindling supply at the local lake. Many citizens stating, and I quote, that the water out of the tap in Clyde is currently not even fit for their pets. Now, it was standing room only as Clyde residents filled council chambers, as well as the two hallways that lead to the meeting room. As you can see there, impassioned statements from multiple citizens, often drawing applause from the crowd and having to be asked to calm down there. One of the main points from the public being that the population of Clyde, by and large, simply cannot afford the tax or utility increase. Multiple widowers or single resident homes stating that their utility bill is often upwards of $130 for their single resident home. Clyde citizen Ashlyn Lavelle, one of many, expressing that point to council.
Bonds that y'all have taken out for the city, my daughter, who's only one, still going to be the one paying for. How are we going to continue to tax these elderly people in the community of Clyde when we all know everyone right now is very much struggling, especially with $35 adding on to these water bills that are already outrageous?
Now, Lavelle was not alone in addressing council there. Another point of contention for the public was, as you can see here, the water quality the city currently has. This footage sent in by one resident showing what he calls a milky quality to the water. Council explaining that the supply on hand from the local lake continues to dwindle, the city purchasing water from Abilene at a rate they say is unsustainable, and now having defaulted on a bond that was in place to cover the cost of a pipeline to pipe in water from the Clyde-owned portion of Lake Fort Phantom Hill. This debt, just one, the city staff says joins into a history of compounding problems, which City Administrator Chris McGuire says must be addressed by bringing the tax rate in line with inflation and current city need, saying past decisions intended to keep taxpayer burden low have resulted in an unsustainable income for the city.
This problem did not happen overnight. This has been a slow motion train wreck that's been going on for the last decade. And we're at the point where there are no more easy solutions. We've lurched from crisis to crisis to crisis. And what we're trying to do is finally rip the Band-Aid off and fix the problem once and for all.
Now, while it was a unanimous vote by council, many members of council stated their decision to approve these measures was not without hesitance, adding that the budget has been gone through with a fine-tooth comb, services like Parks and Rec taking major losses while emergency response, such as police and fire, continue with full budgeting, and that a hiring freeze has also been implemented in the city. All of these measures, they hope, will keep the budget in line as they try to reverse city cash flow and restore upward mobility in the budget. Now, of course, this meeting was about 2 hours and we did not have time to discuss in detail everything that happened. Now, I will be combing through this meeting and presenting a full report tomorrow on the current state of the city of Clyde. In studio with coverage you can count on, Noah McKinney, KTAB News.
Thank you, Noah. A lot to unpack there.
Yes.
So more details about tonight's meeting, again, that can be found on the website, bigcountryhomepage.com, with further coverage to follow, as Noah stated, tomorrow on KTAB News. Thank you, Noah, for that.
All right.